Hi, it's Ingrid from Ingrid Insight, and this is the third video on the Astrological Planner. And in this video, I'm going to share with you some case studies. So in the last two videos, I shared with you how you can use astrology in your business to really use your time effectively so that you are planning and using the time when it's right to use that particular time so that you're not getting led into wasting your time energy. And I showed you how the different planetary energies are playing out in that planner in the second video. And I showed you how you can use it even if I'm not looking at your personal chart or I'm not looking at your business chart. And I'm really hoping that you will incorporate that into your year and really see how it actually works. But I wanted to show you some case study to show you sort of past things that have worked, what has kind of gone on for successful launches. So what I did was, this is Jeff Walker's book, and I don't know Jeff Walker personally. I don't endorse him. He doesn't endorse me. I just have to say that. And I have read his book though, and I think it's a fantastic book. And in his book, because he does product launches, he teaches how to do product launches, and he's had quite a successful career. He does mention in his book a date, which is an astrologer's dream. It's a total astrologer's dream. And he says he launched on March 27th, 2008. And during that launch, he made, he says he made $1 million in 53 minutes. So that's quite impressive. Now, I'm guessing there was a lot of hard work that went into that, probably had something to do with his actual formula and him as a business person. So some of his personal stuff and his business stuff absolutely went into this. But I wanted to show you, without looking at his personal chart, without looking at his business chart, what was going on astrologically on that day that was working in his favor, so that you could see how this actually works. So this is the day, what the astrology looked like on the day that Jeff Walker launched, that big $1 million launch that I talked about. And I know you're looking at this going, oh my God, there's a lot of lines and a lot of blue and red and symbols, but I'm just going to explain some of the major things. And if you can't read the chart, don't worry about it. Just sort of trust me on the information that I'm giving you. So there were a lot of retrogrades that we wanted to avoid. We wanted to avoid a Mercury retrograde, a Mars retrograde, a Venus retrograde. We also wanted to avoid a Jupiter retrograde if we had a hard time getting things to market. And we wanted to avoid a Saturn retrograde if we had high spending in our company or in ourselves and struggled with the financial parts of the company. So when we look at this, the retrogrades are these that are marked with an RX. And there's two in this chart. This one here we'll ignore. It's not a planet, it's a point in the chart. So the only one that was really happening at the time was the Saturn retrograde. And this is a Saturn. The H looking symbol here is Saturn. And so remember I said that Saturn retrograde is not a big deal for most companies. It's only a big deal if you really struggle with high spending. And if you do, you'll have that in your chart, your company chart, and it's definitely something you'll want to take into consideration. But on the high level, if you just know it intuitively, this is how it's been going, you can avoid that period. But considering that there's so many days where there's retrogrades and stuff going on, he's picked a great day because there's nothing going on other than a Saturn retrograde, and obviously he doesn't have that as an issue in his company. So the moon is not void of course. There is no retrogrades going on. So we have a pretty good day that he's doing this on. He doesn't have any stationary days. There are no eclipses going on here. So it's pretty much a good day to go ahead and launch his product. Now, the red flag days, the red flags, I didn't go into detail about what they were, but they are basically really difficult aspects that involve the communication, the finances, or the marketing or staff within the company. And again, in this chart, he doesn't have any of that. There's no red flags. So that's a good thing. He also has some stuff going on with the moon, and some of it is difficult. So he may have had a couple of challenges. We don't know into his business, but that doesn't mean that he didn't do well. The other thing that I'm just going to give you as an aside is that he had this really nice Jupiter-Venus thing going on, and Jupiter and Venus are, Venus is money and Jupiter expands, and so they're in this nice aspect. So this was definitely something that was involved in the amount of money that he was able to make on that day. So this is Jeff Walker's launch, and if you read his book, you can read the what was going on prior to this launch. But definitely there was a lot of work on it, going in on it, but he launched this on a very good day. And so, we can put a lot of effort into something and see it completely flop and not understand why. But if you put a lot of effort into something and you launch it at an auspicious time or a good time, you will see the fruits of your labor. So hopefully you have seen through those case studies how powerful astrology can be for planning out your year and planning to use your time effectively, and basically planning to be productive during productive times and rejuvenating yourself during times where it's really good to do that, and launching products or your business or making big decisions when it's auspicious to do so. So it's a lot of information, and hopefully that you can really incorporate it and and completely transform your year. It's totally possible, but I want to make you an offer to take this even deeper. So click on the link below if you're ready to take this deeper. I have an offer for you that I think will completely change your year, will completely transform your year and take it off the hook. So we'll see you in the next video.